Good evening, everybody. Wait, did I do the, hold on. There we go. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Sulk stream. I am your host, the incredible Sulk, the mediocre host, Sulk, some sort of Sulk. Some sort of Sulk, guys. And so here I am. I'm here for you, night after night, thanklessly, just being whittled down, little by little, every single day until I'm just a nub. I'm just, you know, if you've ever seen Pocahontas, he hands the guy a staff and he's all like, make a mark for every white man you see. And he comes back with a little stick. I am that stick. I am that stick. Whittled down, little by little, every single day for your pure entertainment. Is that all I'm good for? If I'm even good at that. I don't know. Thanks for coming, everybody. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being you. Thanks for listening to me, I guess. Tonight we're going to be doing another one. I think Dan Snot recommended this guy, Andrew Ditch. I know I've been doing a lot of lolcow stuff, but for some reason it's just been working for me. So whatever. If you wanted professional work, I don't know what to tell you, right? Go back to the 80s or something. Go back to a time when they actually vetted the people they put on the television to communicate their specific ideas and opinions, because I would not make that. I would not make the cut, right? They'd be like, you're dangerous. Your opinions are loosely thought out at best, half-baked, and we think you're schizophrenic, among other things. And I would be like, fine. Me and my friends are leaving, and I would be the only one there. And they would be right. They would be right to think I have a bunch of problems. But that's fine. Because you guys are here. You guys are stupid enough to fall for it. Honestly, you guys should be ashamed. You come here every night after night to listen to me squawk about nonsense, complain about whatever is happening in the world. Like I'm gonna fix it? I'm not gonna fix it. I can't fix anything. I cannot fix shit. But thanks for coming anyway. Thanks for viewing my attempt at trying to make the world a better place. You guys are a part of that. So thank you. Thank you for being fools. Optimistic fools. You think I should have beaten that out of you by now. It's hopeless. AI is going to take over. It's going to eradicate us. It's going to turn us inside out. We're just going to be walking flesh lumps. Hopefully. Best case scenario. Best case scenario. But until then, I guess we can make jokes and fart around. I don't know. What else are we doing? Does it matter? Does it? Do you have stuff going on tonight? I sure as hell didn't. So I'm here for you guys under these hot lights in front of this stupid boobed lady. She's not real. Shit. Hold on. Holy shit. How is that working? How the hell is that working? More magic tricks are to come. So thank you guys for coming. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day, a fantastic week, doing the best for the cult. Remember, you work for the cult. You are no longer individuals. You are a hive mind, a Borg, if you will. At my beck and call. But we're here for a mission, aren't we? We're here for a mission. And we will complete that mission. If we have to die trying. So thank you for coming. I'm really getting good That's right. How am I doing that? I have no idea. I live here. I don't know the magic of this place. It's like Narnia. Right? There's doors that open to places that I'm afraid to go into. Wardrobe? What the hell is that? I thought that was something you wore. Apparently not. Apparently it's some sort of doorway. We learn new things all the time, though. Especially here, on the Sulk stream. So anyways, guys. Get ready. Get comfy. Get cozy. Get a nice robe on. Terry cotton, Egyptian, something like that. Open a bottle of something. Water? That might be advisable. Certainly. Water. Drink water. Hydro, homies, right? If you're working, keep working. Make that money. Make that money. If you're driving, keep driving. Don't crash. That would suck. And then you couldn't pay attention to me. And then figure out how I do this. How am I grabbing that? What the hell? Is this some sort of magic? How am I a warlock? I must be some sort of anime warlock because look, that's a grip. That's a hard boob. It's moving me. Anyways, guys, enough for the fun times, all right? We're not here to have fun. We're here to conduct business and improve the world. Spread our cult philosophical teachings. Wait, hold on. She's lactating. She's lactating some sort of vapor milk. So, hold on. Thank you. She's good. She's good, you guys. Not pasteurized. That's raw. From the teat. So, I guess I'm done being weird for the time. For this segment of the show. Now it's time for me to be weird for the rest of the show. Because why the hell not? There's no plan here. There's no long-term plan. I think things are just going to develop in a really weird way until a bunch of us are lying in the middle of a jungle on top of each other. Right? Maybe dead, maybe alive. Which one would be better? I don't know. I don't know. The only thing I could say is the smell is going to be abhorrent. It is going to change people's lives. But we don't have to worry about that now. So thank you for coming. I hope you guys are ready and set and prepared. Go to the bathroom, right? Or keep a piss jug next to your computer or your TV or your phone or whatever device that you're using to view all of this. I'm the Incredible Sulk. This is the Sulk stream. And this is called The Diaper Degenerate, Andrew Ditch. Enjoy. Oh boy. Oh boy, this is gonna get weird. Was that intro weird? I don't know. Was that a weird intro? Was I grabbing too much booba? Hold on. Yeah, there we go. How am I doing that? I don't get it. I feel it, right? I feel it. It's right there. Yeah, dude. Like all the sensations. The boobas smell like booba. Weird Willy Wonka shit. Who's here? Ardenshire background, Onias. To Marjorie. Scott!
Mom is on the floor. She fell right off the toilet. The past 2 days I was taking it easy for my emotional well-being, Dad.
Okay.
Andrew Ditch, also known as the Poop Squatch, is a 38-year-old man from New York. Andrew is primarily known around the internet for his...
Ardenshire says, John, at least you're trying more than... Who says I'm fucking trying? You think this is me trying? This is not me trying. I don't even know what that looks like. Maybe I would put on a suit. Like, what's that one tool bag, that kid, the gay one? Fuentes, right? He puts on a suit. He doesn't wear pants, by the way. Does not wear pants. And I don't watch Nick Fuentes, so his opinions are... I honestly don't know his... Maybe he's right about some stuff. I don't know. But I know he's... Wasn't he doing some gay shit? With that Destiny character? Weren't they going like that? Is that a rumor? Or is that like legit, right? Or was that some sort of publicity stunt? I don't know. Everything's fake and gay. Even the fake things are meant to be gay. Whatever. No, I am trying. I do sit down here every night and I try to do my best. But sometimes I'm just like, well, a lot of times I'm just like dragging myself through. You know, maybe it's depression or something. But here I am. Rock you like a hurricane. Now let's watch this guy poop himself. Like, for how long? For the next 2 hours. We're going to watch this guy poop himself. And I'm going to have very in-depth opinions about that. From wherever. So thanks for coming.
Extreme disagreements with his family, usually stemming from accusations of neglect or improper...
Background noise says John is slowly becoming a degen. A degenerate? Can you just do the whole word so I don't have to like decode it? A degan? A degenerate? Do you not have time, background noise? Do you not have time to type out enerate? You can't, there's an autofill. You know that, right? You can't even, you have to say degen. I feel like it's hot in here already. And, I'm gonna sweat.
Proper care. From the outside looking in, you would think it's too...
No, I'm sober. I'm just like, I don't know. I'm tired? Maybe a little ill? I don't know. I'm sober, though. I have not done this show drunk yet. But if I get drunk, you guys will know. I mean, I'll tell you. That'll be like the first thing I tell you. I'll be like, yeah. But no, I'm sober. Because I have a little respect for my audience, right? Some people just do not. But I do. So here I am, completely 0.0 BAC. You're welcome. Because I'm putting in the effort. You know, putting in the effort.
Parents complaining that their son and caretaker is not doing a good job. But in reality, it's the
this is not a sex
opposite.
cult.
Andrew, who is nearly 40, has called the police on his parents hundreds of times for what he claims is improper care. The more you look at it, the fishier this whole thing gets. And the lore of Andrew Ditch has proven to be quite the rabbit hole. But I feel like the best way to explain it is to simply start at the beginning. Andy was born June 7th, 1985, and lived with his brother Joe, his other brother Michael, his father Tom, and mother, Janet. As a child, he was diagnosed with PTSD and was hospitalized numerous times for threats and assaults against his own family. One of the most extreme being antifreeze poisoning that his father Tom suffered. Though it could not be proven, Tom highly suspects that this was Andy. And as we proceed with this video, you'll find that Andy has a history of tampering with consumables. The next pivotal moment in Andy's life would be a car accident that he would be involved in.
Look at all that. I am part of his skin now. Look. I can't kiss his eye. Good evening, stranger. Welcome. You have a quest for me.
While riding his bike to his job as a Ronald McDonald performer at McDonald's, Andy was struck in a hit and run. Here is Andy's father.
A Ronald McDonald performer? That's like a gig? Hold on. Hold on. Let me remove my invisibility cloak that I invented, by the way. That's magic that I invented. So if you guys aren't familiar with it, then I guess you guys are just muggles. Just a bunch of muggles. Filthy muggle. You actually get a gig as a Ronald McDonald, like the clown guy? That's like your gig? That's your thing? Like, that's what you get? Not like you work at McDonald's and, like, you know, your manager has you dress up, but, like, your gig is dressing up as Ronald McDonald. Do you travel doing that? Does that pay well? I'm sure it pays gangbuster bucks, right? And you get all the burger hoes, right? The patty chasers. I don't know what they're called. What are they called?
Tom speaking about the accident and some of the consequences that it may have had on Andy's life.
And he was riding his bike on Hines over by the apartment and Fletcher. And we got a phone call. We're sitting down to eat dinner. Come and see your son if you want, because otherwise he's going to be dead.
Odia says, I would like to point out that there are more Daywave episodes than ROTC. Just a fun observation. Was going to happen eventually. Do you guys watch ROTC? I know a lot of people watch ROTC. I do not. And then, like, Royce is, like, surprised. And I'm like, motherfucker, do you watch my show? No, you don't. So who's surprised about what? I got other shit going on. I'm streaming for like 4 hours a day. I can't sit for another 2 hours and listen to, no, that's too much. That's too much. I know a lot of people listen to ROTC. Is Daywave better? I think Daywave's better because I'm on it.
Laying in the middle of the street.
That's just what I think.
So we raced out, got in the car, went over there, and he's laying in the middle of the street. He got hit by a vehicle, hit and run.
JD Grab says, oi, oi, Savaloy. Just got done watching the greatest film of all time, Snatch, for the umpteenth time. Jess really likes that movie. Snatch. That's the one with the people in the caravans. Yeah, of course. We all know Snatch. Snatch is a good movie.
And he's laying
it's a good movie.
You know, his whole face is all mashed up. And
Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels up next, says Scott. Also, a very good movie. Good movies.
everything. And we had to call the police and the ambulance, get him to the hospital, all 9 yards. And they said, well, other than the pollutions...
Andrew, O'Neill says Andrew Ditch would have been dead in a ditch in 1850. He wouldn't have been like this, right? He wouldn't have been crapping his pants, right? This is modern pollution through vaccines or microplastics or tetrazine or whatever they're spraying out of airplanes and, fluoride that they give you in public schools and stuff. It's a myriad. It is a confluence of different chemicals that is poisoning everybody on the planet, but specifically Americans to a pretty bad degree. This guy wouldn't exist in 1850. No. But if this specific particular individual did live in 1850, he would not make it to adulthood. I would make sure of that. And I would be a pretty cool cowboy. I would have the fit. I would have the blanket poncho thing. I would ride a horse around. I would sing songs. I would sleep by the fire. I would die at 30 just out of respect. Because, you don't want to, yeah. I would be great. I would be a great cowboy. Not a very good cop. I would be a bad cop because I would be violent. And I would take my day out on not innocent people, but barely guilty people. Barely guilty people I would take my full day out on. And then when I got home, boy, would Jess get it. Right there. Pop her in the mouth. And I'd be like, sorry, honey, I'm a cop now. Right? First day on the job. I come home, pop my wife one. Right? Just to be part of the guild, the brotherhood of police. And, I take a picture with her afterward, and we're both smiling, and she's missing teeth and a black eye and stuff like that. And I'm like, I'm in.
bleeding and probably a concussion. He should be okay.
Yeah, I'd be like every other cop. I would be a good bad cop, right? I would be a good bad cop. I would, use the stick a lot more. The beating stick. Do they still have the beating stick? Or is it replaced by a taser and pepper spray and a bunch of other gay shit? Why? Why can't I just use the beater stick? Why can't I use the beater stick? Have you ever held one of those sticks? They are hefty. And they can put a hurting on somebody. But yeah, if I had the option, I'd be like, don't give me the taser. Don't give me pepper spray. Don't even give me handcuffs, right? Just give me the stick. Give me the stick and I will solve crime. I will solve it, right? I will Rodney King the shit out of crime. And I will film it myself, right? I'll smile for the camera while I'm beating the hell out of some drunk black guy that, you know what? Honestly, deserved it. Drowned in a pool. Surprising. Not surprising. Black people cannot swim worth shit. They water and black people do not go together. Have you ever seen a black person get out of the pool? They're instantly dry. How is that even possible? Are you a duck? Do you have some sort of special oils that you're coated in? I don't see how that's possible. How? Are you hydrophobic in like the nano tech terms, or you just hate hydros? I get that. I understand that.
Ever since, we've always questioned whether or not he had brain damage. Get this, Andy used to drive. O'Neill
says, I like Daywave better personally, less serious. And yet you come to my show, where we take everything so seriously. I actually don't know if that's a joke or not. I don't know. Because when I do my show, I kind of leave my body. I channel some sort of alien or something like that. And apparently he gives me cliff notes about what's happened. And he says he's leading a cult or something like that. I don't know. I don't listen to him too much because I'm too happy doing my own thing on his own. Yeah, I just channel things. I channel people or aliens. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of nonsense tonight.
Drive. And he used to have
it's going to be a lot of nonsense
in our house. And he was high rated with the Better Business Bureau. And he was an amateur weather meteorologist. And he...
Ardenshire says, put on some headphones and listen while feeding the chickens. Honestly, Daywave was cool, but I'm not a fan of watching people in the elbow room or the wheel. That bit is boring now. Well, I don't run the show. I don't have anything. I'm not even a producer. I literally show up at 9:50, 9:55 sometimes, and I make jokes. Sometimes they're bad. Sometimes they're okay, but that's what I do. That's how I contribute to Daywave. I do nothing else for them. I'm not a producer. I don't find videos. I don't do anything that Frozen does, which I imagine is math. Right? And JJ does I think JJ finds videos. I think he finds a lot of videos. But yeah, I don't do anything. I don't do shit on that show. I come in, I'm high as fuck, and I'm like, hey guys, what's up? And I do my bit. I do my thing. And then later on, I do this. So that's that. So I don't control Daywave in any capacity. But I understand why you would think that. But, I don't know what to do about that. The car chases are fun, but the wheel and the, what was the other thing you were talking about? The elbow room? That's not me. I don't do that. I don't have control of that. We could watch the elbow room here if you want. You guys want to do that? You guys just want to watch an hour and a half of the elbow room? Because we can do that. No, I'm not doing that.
Storms
I'm not doing that.
At the airport and all these other things and all that stuff and all the stuff he was interested in. And he loved
To Madri says, you're just eye candy. Are you a female? Or are you a man? I want to know whether or not to be... I'll just take it as a compliment. I'll just say I don't care.
Can't do it. Can't function. No more.
Though immediately Andy didn't...
It says John channels his spirit elf machine. The machine elves? Maybe. That's definitely possible.
Display any signs of a brain injury, the National Institute of Health states that it can take years for the consequences of these brain injuries to develop. In certain cases, of course.
Madri says, LOL, sorry, no homo. I'm a man. Okay. I was going to be offended if you were a woman. But since you're a man, thank you.
I believe this is the case for Andy. I truly don't know, because that PC business his father spoke about was started well after the accident. Here's a clip of Andy from 8 years ago.
And
I like how all our shows are just competing to be the gayest do-nothing show that we possibly can. All of our shows compete with each other, right? Frozen's, Pessies, Royce's, they all compete with each other to see how gay we can get with it. And you would think Daywave is the gayest show because we're all working together to be our gayest. But no, surprisingly, that is not the case. I might be the winner. Frozen's a contender. Virgie is way out ahead of us, though. There's no competing with Virgie. He is by far the gayest man in the internet. I know that sounds like, a claim, but I'm going to make it. Virgie is the gayest man on the internet. By far.
You're going to plug in from the modem
by far
to your router into the WAN port.
So what's this guy's deal? He just shits his pants and he's retarded? Is that the hard-hitting news that we're doing now?
Sometimes it'll be marked WAN. Sometimes it'll be marked just with the internet symbol, such as what this router has a little universe on there. Hey YouTube, Andy here. I have a challenge for everybody. If you want me to eat poop.
Yes, I want you to eat poop, but it doesn't matter what kind of poop. Because if you're eating cat poop, that's not much of a challenge. I think you like the cat poop because when you watch your cat poop, it gives you a boner. So you like to go there and munch those Tootsie Rolls afterwards. It's you being weird, man. That's not me. It's you. It's you, right? That's toxoplasmosis. You're infected with it, and you get a boner when you watch your cat poop.
I need you to subscribe to my channel, get me 1 million subscribers plus.
Not only did Andrew run a computer business on his own, but he was also...
Onia says you can't beat Froza being gay. He leads the fags. Yeah, I mean, yeah, they're definitely behind him. All the way. We make so much fun of Frozen, and he just takes it. And I'm like, is this still fun? Is me just berating a little Asian man over the phone, technically, right? Because this is the phone, right? Is this still fun for me? And I'm like, what am I saying? Of course it is. What else would I be doing? The same thing. The same damn thing. It might not be an Asian guy. Could be a Hispanic. Could be Jewish. Most likely black. But yeah, any color of the rainbow. If I can call you gay for 2 hours straight, I'm going to take the opportunity, right? The opportunity to call you gay. And he just takes it. Right? Poor Frozen. If he wasn't so gay, I would feel worse about it. But, he's just super gay. So you have to berate him, right? Because you don't want those, you got to keep him low. You got to keep him low. Not like suicide level, but like above that, right? Because Asians are kind of known for that kind of behavior, right? They off themselves pretty regularly. And let's be honest, if I was Asian, I would too. I just would. I'd be like, if I was born and I'm like, oh my God, I'm like Japanese, like full-blooded Japanese, right? I'd be like, No, I'll take my chances again, right? And then you seppuku, right? And open up the gut, and then you spin the wheel of fate again. You spin the wheel, and you're like, not Indian, not Indian. And then maybe you'll get lucky and be like Swedish or something like that. Not modern Swedish, mind you, but like 1600 Swedish, where you get to carry an axe and you get to wear a bunch of fur and then raid villages and burn shit down. And then, yeah, that would be ideal. Ideal. But not modern Swedish, where, like, you know, your wife gets raped and you can't say anything because then you look like a bigot. No. No. Goodbye, Sweden. Goodbye. Now it's just going to be all Muslims. Mohammed, Sweden. Swedanistan. Goodbye.
Amateur meteorologist, being good enough to actually work with real meteorologists a couple of times. Andrew also lived by himself, taking care of all of his needs.
Background noise says he's Asian. I thought he was just super Canadian. No. What, did you think he had like a condition or something like that? Like he was Canadian, but he was just like, I don't know. You think he was like an Eskimo or something? That's what he should go for. He shouldn't say he's Filipino. He should say he's Eskimo. Just because, I don't know, I would buy it. I'd be like, yeah, okay, you're an Eskimo. You live in Canada. You're some sort of vague race. I'll give you Eskimo. And then you be Eskimo, right? And then you be my Eskimo friend. My gay Eskimo friend. Giving me Eskimo kisses.
Granted, he didn't make enough money to pay for the
Stop being
apartment
gay.
and eventually had to move back to the house, where he finds himself in his current situation, living with his mom, dad, and brother Joe. And that was when Andy began to behave in this way. And to say that the family is dysfunctional would be a massive understatement. Let me just show you an average interaction between Andy and his family.
You deny me my test kit for sugar.
Ardenshire says Pessy has the smoothest and most well thought out show. He's my favorite Jew. But well thought out is he watches old comedy movies and makes jokes. Is that well thought out? I mean, maybe it's more well thought out than my show, which is not thought out in the least bit. But no. No, I'm not going to give that a well thought out title. That just doesn't seem well thought out to me. I'm not ragging on Pessy's show at all, you know, but well thought out, I don't think that's the proper term for it.
My medications that is at your house, my property, and my medical rights.
Oh, that's good, Andy. You know, two can play this game too.
Yeah, I hate how when everyone gets in a fight these days, they hold up their phone. Like, you guys are both being dickheads. Put your phones away, all right? And start swinging at each other. Just like men used to do, right? It wasn't like, oh, who can get the most social credit? Who can get the most internet likes? And then whoever gets the least loses the fight. No. Just start hitting each other. Start hitting each other until one of you relents or dies, right? That's how we fostered men in this country. That's how we actually made true Americans. We beat to death the ones we didn't like. And look, it worked for hundreds of years. But now we're so civilized, we can't beat each other to death in the streets. Boo. Boo. Right? The best we get is Texas street fights. And those are all blacks and Latinos. I don't care about them. Right? No. Stop holding up your phone and take a punch. Swing. You know, put your life on the line. If you really have an argument, if you're coming from a place where you really believe, you know, your point of view is correct, hit somebody. Advocating violence on my show. I don't even know. Am I intentionally trying to get myself thrown off the internet? Is that possible where I can just get myself thrown off the internet? Alex Jones kind of did it. Maybe I can too.
Because right now, I'm doing the same thing you.
And I've been recording you all along.
Well, good.
It's going on YouTube to how you treat me.
The main thing that Andy accuses his family of is neglect. He will start recording, making claims that his family is denying him his prescriptions, denying him proper care, and not helping him in any way. He'll take this video, edit it, and post it to his YouTube channel, all in an attempt to get pity. That is the main purpose of his presence on social media, to post videos about how his family quote-unquote abuses him and how he is seeking help from the state, only to claim—
Background noise says that's how it should be. Even if you are wrong, all you have to do is win to be right. Yes. That's, I mean, it doesn't sound all of that like logical. We're not Vulcans, you know? We're not Vulcans, right? If we have a disagreement, back in the day, if two lawyers had like a legitimate disagreement, they could shoot each other in the street legally. They'd be like, okay, meet me here at noon tomorrow. I will shoot my musket at you, and you will shoot your musket at me. And if we both miss, then we'll spend the next 2 or 3 minutes reloading and then try again. Keep shooting each other until one of us dies. Even if they, you know, just barely graze an arm. That's a death sentence, right? That's a death. They have no antibiotics. It's a death sentence. When you got into an argument and you're like, fine, pistols at dawn, one of you is going to die, but most likely both of you were. Good. We needed less lawyers anyway. But I kind of miss that, right? It just sucks now, where it's like, oh, now we have to go through a bunch of litigation and stuff, and you know the internet has to have their say, and everybody has an opinion on it, right? But it used to be like, oh yeah, James, I shot and killed him this morning. Yeah, we had a dispute about the nature of a sandwich and what constituted a sandwich. I said a hot dog was not a sandwich. He said a hot dog was indeed a sandwich. And so I shot him in the face. Yeah. So it looks like hot dogs aren't sandwiches now. Unless somebody else wants to die for that cause. Anybody? Does anybody want to die for the cause of a hot dog being a sandwich? No? No? Okay. All right, so it's just James.
That he has received none. He has received thousands of hours of consultation.
He caught a lead ball the size of a quarter right through the eye. Right? And his family was like, oh, it's so sad. But he believed in that hot dog sandwich.
Over the phone, hundreds of hours of in-person care, thousands in medications, and even more in adult diapers. And you know what Andy does with all of these things? Throws them away and tries to blame it on his family members. So they've had to start documenting the things that he's destroyed himself.
Ardenshire, what are you trying to do, man? What are you trying to do? You know, if I say that, it's going to be like, you know, and it's going to get back to people, and then I'm going to catch a bunch of shit for it. You know that, right? You know, I'm going to catch a bunch of shit for it. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong. But you know, I'm going to catch a bunch of shit for that.
His father Tom and brother Joe confronting Andy about
So is
this.
a taco a Mexican hot dog? Whoa. Blowing my mind there. Yes. Yes, and I will defend that opinion to the death.
Forcing me to wear
Ardenshire says, I meant lawyers. It was an honest mistake. Yeah.
So a lot of it was destroyed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I destroyed my
Sure.
nose and I don't need them. I don't need help.
So good.
I don't need your help.
It makes it
you
easy
said.
for me to get it out.
You said that I don't need help. I used to do this stuff all myself.
What do you say?
I mean, but what's the worst that can happen? I get thrown off a show where I don't do anything. I don't even get paid. I just show up and make jokes. Oh, well, whatever.
Because if you're misbehaving,
yeah, Andy, I'm
uncontrollable
recording too.
crap.
Yeah, well, I want that thrown away. I don't want it. I don't want it.
Is he digging through his diapers?
Autism. I fucking faint.
Good.
Can you please let me throw it out? This is my shit.
You're having a temper
Please,
tantrum, Andy.
I want
This
to
is
throw
not
it
an
out. I
acceptable
don't
behavior.
want to have autism anymore.
Oh, well.
I don't want to have autism anymore. Dude, I get it. I would if you had a choice between being autistic and not being autistic, I'd be like, I'll take the not autistic. I'll take the not shitting in my pants regularly every single day. I'll take not screaming and like being super weird all the time and then not getting laid and then being addicted to hentai. I'll take that. Can I take that? No, I can't. Wow. Thanks, lawyers.
I don't want diapers anymore. Please. You're forcing me to do something I don't want because you.
Oh, God, shut this man up. I hate him. I already hate him so much. That's the bell for Ardenshire. $10 says, you are paid like a king. Quit your whining. I shall whine like a king. Thank you for the $10.
Andy, if you would...
I mean, he's right, though. I do get paid like a king. And, you know, is this work for me? Is this work? I show up every day and I give, you know, half of my best. Half of my best. Yeah, because honestly, I just can't, right? So I guess you could call this a job. I phone it in. I phone it in, right? And then you guys pay me. You pay me literally dozens of dollars sometimes. And I'm just rolling in it. I convert it to pennies. And then I keep those pennies on the floor in my office right here. It's all pennies. It's all pennies. Right? And then Jess is like, why are all these pennies here? I'm all like, mind your business, Jess. What did I tell you? You want me to be a cop again? You want to play that again? We'll role play. Your bruises are healing nicely.
Act like this. Andy, if you didn't act like this, we wouldn't have this problem.
I can do this shit. I'm calling the police.
Yeah, call him.
You're instigating me.
Instigating you.
You're being allowed to do this.
Did he piss his pants? Did he piss his pants? He pissed his pants. Look. Excuse me. He pissed his pants. This man has pissed his pants. This balding fat man has pissed his pants. And he's not drunk. But even if you're drunk, you have to be so drunk to piss your pants. You got to be piss your pants drunk. I've been like shithoused many times. Many times. Like I don't even have enough, but I have never pissed my pants because I was drunk. I have never done that. You have to be so drunk to piss your pants. Or like poop your pants. Right? Has anybody ever pooped their pants because they were drunk? I remember when me and Jess started dating, I got pretty drunk and we were laying in bed and I was like, I pooped my pants. And she was like, get up! And I was all like, no. Not now. I meant earlier. Yeah, there's still poop in there. There wasn't still poop in there. But I do remember there was some sort of incident. I was pooping and I was just, I think I finished off too quick and I pulled my pants up too quick and it was like that. So I don't know if I count that as shitting my pants. You can count it as whatever you want. But it wasn't me like standing at the bar and then I'm just like, hey. Right? I didn't do that, but I might. I'll think about it.
I'm asking you to please throw it out.
You're right.
I don't want it anymore.
That's a load-bearing pickle. Be careful.
When you misbehave like
I don't want them anymore, please.
His family is truly damned if they do and damned if they don't. If they allow Andy to throw out these items, then he's just going to pin it all on them. He's done it in the past. And if they do confront Andy on throwing these things out, he claims that they're forcing him to use them. Andrew's interactions with these diapers are beyond...
That seems like a diaper that's too small for you. Because you need huge diapers, right? I change diapers. Well, Jess usually changes the diapers, but I handle them. I don't handle them, but I see them. And they're usually, I mean, that's like the size. That can't be an adult diaper.
vile and one of the things that he's most well known for, but also one of the things that I refuse to touch on very much in this video. The things that I have seen and heard are beyond graphic. From infections to talk of just how much...
Infections. Ew, dude. If you're shitting in your pants like so much that you get infections, well, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, like, that sucks, dude, because obviously you're not in the state of mind to handle like a serious... You're shitting your pants regularly. So an infection is not going to change your behavior, right? If you shitting in your pants like on the reg every day isn't enough to get you to stop shitting in your pants, and an infection is not going to do it. No. He should not wear pants. They should keep him outside, chained up to a tree, like a bad pit bull, right? Just keep him chained up to a tree and then hose him down every once in a while and give him water. He'll be fine. He'll be fine.
Much Andy likes these diapers. It is hands down some of the most disgusting.
Onia says that means he's just sitting in shit all day. Yeah, he's just sitting in it, right? And then he just sits in it and smells it. He just sits in it and smells it because you know he smells it, of course. Because how could he not smell his own shit in his pants? It's right like there. And it wafts. It wafts up here into your olfactory senses. And then it percolates in your brain. And you're like, yeah, that's shit. That's my shit. That's a very specific brand of shit. I smell that all day, every day. To the point where I'm actually getting open sores on my legs because I am constantly sitting in my own feces. Please, someone help me. Put a bullet to the back of my head. Tell me about the rabbits, George. Tell me about the rabbits. That's what I would do. If I was Lenny, I'd be like, tell me about those rabbits, dude. I'll look away. It'll be peaceful. My last memory will be a happy one. And then just... right? Then no more shit. No more shit sores. Right? No more festering wounds, right? Because not only do you smell the feces that is wafting up from your loins, but also you smell the open pussy wounds that are rotting. You're rotting. Rotting away. And then that's just it, man. That's just it. So yeah, tell me about the rabbits. Tell me about the rabbits. I would expect any one of you to do that to me, right? I would do that to each and every one of you, right? If you were shitting your pants, I feel like we're a collective. We're a family here. And so if you guys were shitting your pants to the point where you got open sores, I would do it. I would end each and every one of you. In a hot, Jess agrees. Yes. In a hot second, right? That pistol would be hot, dude. That pistol would be hot.
Take him out like an old dog.
Like an old dog. Like an old dog, right? I'd be like, you just remember the good times, Lenny. Remember the good times, huh?
We take him out for a burger and a
oh,
you know, his last
the good times.
Little burger.
The good times.
Take a pic.
And then when he's looking off into the sunset,
boom.
That's right. That's how Jess is going to take me out.
You're not. No. You're not allowed to get fat.
She said you're not allowed to get fat. If I get fat, she's taking me out, right? She's taking me out. There's nothing I can do about that, though.
Interesting stuff I have ever had to look into. I beg you to take my word for it. In the previous clip, you heard Andy mention that he didn't like being called a fake. What he's referencing is the fact that everybody mentions that he's never actually been diagnosed with autism, which he adamantly claims to have.
Maybe he's just retarded.
If you point out this medical fact that Andy has proven himself, well, he's going to absolutely lose it on you. Here he is throwing a temper tantrum over being called a fake by his brother and father.
I'm gonna break this. Oh, I don't have it. I can't want to live anymore because you bullied me.
He freaking threw me.
You bullied.
Look at the dump they live in. This place is a dump. All the shit everywhere and like the exposed wire and stuff. Is that a tablecloth or is that just a tarp they pulled over? This is a dump. I wouldn't want to live here. Nope.
Me! You bullied me and the cops allow you to do it to me!
Okay, go turn on living room light.
Can you go upstairs? Please,
No.
I feel cornered.
No. No.
Please, I want to be left alone. You...
Just in case he does something.
What are those? Are those
Dad,
puppy pads?
I want to be...
Those are puppy pads. Those are puppy pads. So if you've never had a puppy, I feel bad for you. But puppy pads, they're like you put them on the floor and they absorb pee and stuff like that. So if your puppy, what happens where you need those? Do you pee on the floor? What is that? What is that about?
Be left alone. You're bullying me. Please, I want you to stop.
Those are puppy pads. Yeah.
I want to get my sneakers, Dad, so I can go run away.
Oh,
Please,
you're not running anywhere.
I want to get my sneakers since you fucking called me a fucking fake, and you hurt me.
Jesus, dude. Somebody give this dude some Xanax or something. Like, calm him down. Calm him down. He needs to be calm. Where's Dan Snot? He's the one who recommended this. And I wasn't going to do it, but, since, he wanted to so badly, I was like, okay, fine.
I want to get my sneakers, please.
Yeah, he dumped the cranberry juice all the way. He dumped his cranberry juice down there.
Oh, and the dog food?
Into the dog food, destroying the dog food.
Oh, no.
I'm scared of you,
I don't
Dad.
care what you think you are.
I'm scared of you. You abuse me.
It is widely speculated that Andy suffers from Munchausen syndrome. It is a rare type of mental disorder in which a person fakes illness. The person may lie about symptoms, make themselves appear to look sick, or make themselves purposefully unwell. Andy has been proven to have done all of these things. If you want indisputable proof that he has not been diagnosed with autism, then look no further with this call from the Office of People with Developmental Disabilities, where they state in very plain terms that he has never been diagnosed.
Between February and March 2019, age 33, several psychiatric reports were completed by Trinity Medical, Western New York, PC, and Erie County Medical Center for Mr. Ditch, attached to 16. While some of these reports indicate that Mr. Ditch had an autism spectrum disorder, none of them reference any testing to support this diagnosis. The Erie County Medical Center noted in its March 7, 2019 report, SWAPIC referral details. Per collateral, Andrew has an IQ of 80, central auditory process.
80. He has an IQ of 80. Wow. That is really bad. He has an IQ of 80. So, that's like a gorilla, dude. That's like, I know like in Central Africa, they have like an IQ of like 62. Which is not human. That is not, I don't give a shit what kind of appendages you have. If you have fingers and like a face and tongue and like you can walk around. If you have an IQ of 62, you should not be classified as human. I am sorry. I don't care what race you are. If you are 62, your average IQ is 62. That's not human. Right? You can't even comprehend how stupid you are because you only have an IQ of 62, which is like a chimpanzee. Dude, I know it's hard to determine like intelligence across species and stuff because when we try to determine intelligence in animals, we always reflect it against human intelligence, but that's not quite fair because we're humans and they're not humans. So, like, crows are pretty intelligent, but not as intelligent as us. But they're not like that. 62? 60? And that's the average, right? So, what about like the below average? What about the, let's call them, I don't want to call them citizens. Let's call the individuals that are like 50. What about the ones that have an IQ of like 50? Or even lower, like 48, 45? Can they even figure out pants? Like, do they just poop? How do you live like that? I don't know how you live like that. I mean, you live in a jungle and stuff like that, but then they come over here. They get shipped over on some sort of boat, which I've never seen before, right? They don't even understand the concept of boats. And then they get to vote. They get a vote because for some reason, when you step foot on American soil, you have the right to vote. Why? Yeah, why you get to come over and then just vote, and then we have to suffer the consequences because you have an IQ of like, a cold winter's day, 48, something like that, 45. An IQ that would be, I mean, millions of years ago, through evolutionary terms, human beings would have that IQ in like the Cretaceous period. Even though there weren't human beings, there was probably dinosaurs that had higher IQs than that. In fact, I'm pretty sure that was the case. Dinosaurs that would like walk around and be like, what? Dinosaurs that would walk around modern day Africa and be like, yo, what the fuck? What the fuck is all? Why are you starving? There's food everywhere. The soil is rich. You can farm easily. What the fuck? I want to bring that dinosaur. And it's not a super intelligent dinosaur. That's a medium intelligent dinosaur, right? Bring him to the future and he will see chickens and he will see sub-Saharan Africans and think the chickens rule over the sub-Saharan Africans. There's got to be a line, dude. There's got to be a line. It's not about genetics. Let's just say there's a line. If you are below this stupid, let's say 85. If you are below 85 stupid, you lose all your rights. You have no rights anymore, right? What is the typical IQ of a woman, like a woman? Like a Northern European woman, like a white woman. It's not 100 because that's the average of both sexes together. And I imagine that men typically have an IQ of around 110 and then women have an IQ of around 90. Don't be mad at me. Be mad at yourself for being born a woman. So 90. And then if you drop even 5 points, then you will no longer have your rights. You have to be chained to the tree with the pit bull out back and the chain and stuff, and then that's just your life. Hey, it could be worse. It honestly could be worse. It really, really could be worse.
Processing disorder and another processing disorder. He does not have autism.
That was the statement of the Office of People with Developmental Disabilities. They went on to say that they believed Andy suffered from schizoaffective disorder and that his self-diagnosis of autism was in line with symptoms of that. His family.
How do you diagnose yourself with autism? I mean, he's got an IQ of 80. What happened? That's crazy.
Family are all very aware of this, and his brother Joe has absolutely no patience for any of it, and rightly so. Joe despises Andy for the way that he acts, especially the way that he treats their parents. So when Andy comes up to him and tries to solicit sympathy, Joe isn't afraid to start blaring his trumpet, much to the disdain of Andy.
You didn't want to go with Dad to my
Maybe I
appointment.
should show
Here,
you what.
you know what?
brother.
I'm actually getting a little bored with this locale stuff. And there's only like 11 people here, so we're going to change it up. We're going to watch this.
Oh, brother is right. Look at that hair, that skin, that mouth. And you too know the value of a good appearance. That a good appearance is a must, not only to your college life.
Oh, by the way, this is called the dark side of skincare.
But to your business and professional lives in the future. Good grooming starts with personal care. This principally means the care of your hands, your hair, your teeth, and your skin.
Looking good is all
Loud.
about self-expression. So, of course, we should take care of ourselves.
My nighttime skincare routine.
My everyday skincare routine.
My personal skincare routine.
Men should not have a skincare routine, right? Men should not have a skin. I don't have a skincare routine, and I'm sure some people out there will be like, it shows. It doesn't show. It doesn't show. It's just, this is how men look, right? This is how men are supposed to look. It's not a bunch of makeup, and it's not like hours of skin. You know how much money women spend on skincare? It's amazing. But this is going to tell you that it's really not good.
Routine is pretty simple.
Toning.
3, 4.
And layering.
Okay, wait, actually, it's an 8-step process.
I always grew up learning. You need to put these on your face to prevent wrinkles, anti-aging, have lighter skin. And it was always creams, always like different moisturizers, sunscreens.
These products worked. It worked for everyone.
But sometimes all these products may do things to
What's the deal with like skincare? This is terrible. What's the deal with like Olay and like makeup brands using the ugliest people they can possibly find? And like Troons too. You're marketing makeup on a dude and you expect women to buy that? Because why? They look like dudes? Is that what it is? Oh, or is it some sort of weird overarching conspiracy of you trying to uglify the world because it demoralizes everyone at a real, like, core level? Oh, that's probably it.
us that are not so pretty.
One day, I rashed out all over my chest, and my ears would ring, a loud shrieking noise or sounding like I'm underwater.
He had no sperm.
You see her hands, the skin coming off.
I felt pains in my abdomen.
There's been case studies.
He had no sperm. I'll sell my sperm. I'll sell my sperm. If you guys are willing to buy it, I'll sell my, for $100 a pop. I'll sell it. Message me and I'll send it off. If somebody messages me and accepts that offer, I'm going to block them.
Drawing breasts because
I'm going to immediately block them. I'm going to be like, no. No.
Creams or lotions or oil that were applied to their bodies.
One of the biggest cosmetic brands in the world, their ex-formulator had contacted us. He said, quote unquote, the cosmetic industry is destroying women's cells.
Nice.
cells, cells.
These companies are telling you, yeah, it's gentle, it's safe. And then 10 years down the line, oh my God, I'm infertile. Oh my God, I have cancer.
Skincare, hair, feminine care products have been associated with reproductive problems, ovarian cancer.
Oneas says we're not supposed to cover ourselves in gasoline. Well, it depends. If you're protesting Israel, then yeah. I mean, you could set yourself on fire and then nobody will remember it. I don't even remember that guy's name. He doused himself in gasoline and then he set himself on fire. I know why you did it, but like, don't. Don't do that, retard. How is that going to help at all? It won't. It will not help even the least bit. And dude, you couldn't do something like, I don't know, an ice bucket challenge or something like that and be like, I'm doing this for protesting Israel for what they're doing to the Palestinians. And then he dumps a bucket of ice on his head. And that might have gotten the same response. Not torching yourself in front of whatever, the White House or something. I don't know. That just seems like a stupid idea. It seems like a very stupid idea. But now he's dead because he lit himself on fire. Why? No. People have pissed me off, man. And it's like, oh, God, I'm so fucking tired of it. I don't know. Maybe it's just tonight. No, it's always. I'm always like witnessing the things that people are doing. And I'm like, why the fuck are you doing that? Why am I considered the retarded one? Right? Why am I considered the retarded one? When you're pulling shit like that, not just that retard that set himself on fire, but normal, everyday retards. I swear. Okay, you know how the internet is like 80% bots, right? The dead internet theory. You guys have heard of the dead internet theory. 80% bots. I kind of firmly believe that human beings must be 80% NPCs. Right? There's a few select people with actual like drivers behind the seat. You know what I mean? But the rest of them, they're just to fill out the crowd. A vast majority of them are just to fill out the crowd, just to make it not so boring. But maybe 20% of us are actually player characters, and we just look around confused, just utterly confused at the nonsense that constantly happens in this world. That's the only thing that could actually make sense. That's the only thing that makes sense to me, is that just 80% of you are just fucking bots. You're just bots. Dude, there's no way you're actual people with like thoughts and emotions and inner monologues and stuff. You know that most people don't have an inner monologue in their head. They don't have words that speak out their thoughts and their decisions and their motives and stuff like that. They don't have that. What happens in there? What happens? What's going on in there then? Nothing. Nothing is the answer. It is not a person. That is a shell. That's a husk. That's an animated husk that's walking around voting for things that you're going to go through. So, yeah, you know, you end up feeling a little bit cynical because you're like, what the fuck is going on? Why is everyone so retarded but me? And you have to think, well, maybe everyone thinks that way. Maybe everyone thinks, you know, everyone else is retarded but me. But no, that's not the case, because probably 80% of the people don't think shit. They're just automatons that are programmed in some certain aspect, and then, you know, some sort of stimulus hits them and then they react to it. There's no conscious thought going on. Nothing like that. They're just reflexes on legs. That has to be the case. It has to be the case. There's no way I accept that every single 8 billion one of us is a thinking, thoughtful, unique, individualized human being. I refuse to believe that. Because the nonsense I see out of most people is just unacceptable. But maybe I'm just overthinking it. You know, honestly, I should take my own advice and just stop thinking. I should just join that crowd. Just not fucking thinking. Just like be a blank slate. Just like this. Just dead inside. Right? Just dead inside. I'll be that guy. There's no way. There's absolutely... I mean, you guys, sure. I believe each and every one of you is a human person. You know, human as in they are inhabited by a soul. But most people are not. There's no way you can convince me that each and every person on this planet is a unique individual with a soul, because they are not. They are just not, dude. It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense.
Term birth, mercury poisoning, endocrine disruption.
remove everything, the omentum, the ovaries, the fallopian tubes.
Onias says leaders, followers, and rogues are the three types of people. I am interested to know what I am. Am I a rogue? Am I a leader? Am I a follower? Am I a leader? I will lead you to your death.
My belly started growing.
If that's the case.
I went to a hormone specialist. And
That means you're pregnant, ho.
I said, uh-oh. I said, what does that uh-oh mean? He says, are you feeling okay? I said, I feel fine. There's no warning.
Onias says you really should watch Edward Dutton's old videos. He might even be a guest on your show. I've never heard of Edward Dutton. If you want to send me a link, I will watch it.
With ovarian cancer.
I don't feel like myself. My periods only last.
Background noise says, I know I'm real. No way a bot could have thoughts this dumb. And that's honestly a very good point, right? Because sometimes you're like, I mean, just exactly that. Like, there's no way a computer program can be as stupid as I am, right? So it's even further. A program, a bot is not going to say overtly stupid bullshit on the internet, right? They're going to say top of the bell curve, 100 IQ things, right? That's what makes a good bot. But if you say things that are probably closer to the 40s or 50s range, you might be a person, or you might not be a person at all. You might be some sort of sub-Saharan that needs to be chained up to a tree out in the backyard. Sorry. No, there's no way. There's no way that everybody is a player character. I just don't believe it. I mean, it makes sense from the internet that most people are not people. They're just filler, right? They're like sawdust in a McDonald's burger. It's just filler. They're just there for setting the scene, right? But how do you tell which ones are which? There's got to be some sort of Turing test, right? Where you can determine whether this person is a human and this person is just a vacuous husk that is inhabiting space and using oxygen. It would be hard to tell. It would be hard to tell, but I'm sure there's a way.
It's a day now. I have delayed speech, memory loss.
The doctor put in a needle.
You're just a woman.
Through the skin under my abdomen. Greenish liquid poured out of.
Edward Dutton's controversial views on different races. Oh boy. Okay, yeah, I'll actually. Oh, fuck. All right, fine. I'm gonna watch this just for a second. Okay.
Do you feel less comfortable with people of different races? Would you say?
Not.
Yes.
Certainly not individually. No.
Not individually.
Yes, 100%.
Individually.
Well, I think that it's natural, and it's just. I'm afraid it's just the way it is that people like being in their evolutionary match, and their evolutionary match is to be around people that are similar to them. There were studies that indicated that when you are shown photographs of people of your own ethnicity.
He's an anthropologist. Anthropologist Edward Dutton explains his hypothesis about how woke people have mutated genes and what this means for conservative-natured people. Interesting.
Who are strangers, then right, fine. Then if you compare that to showing you photographs of people of a different ethnicity that are strangers, it activates your amygdala, it activates the most primitive part of the brain that's associated with fight and fright and flight. So this is a fact that people are more comfortable with people of their own ethnic group. This is just true.
Is it not a case where we could, of maybe perhaps we should fight biology in that sense, and to have a fairer society?
Well, I don't know that it makes it fairer. I think that you have to be realistic about biology. You can't fight. These are.
Well, you can. So you might want to just go masturbate in the corner somewhere biologically, right? But in society that's probably not good if everybody does that, and so you hopefully behave.
Well, that may be the
case. Whoa. I shouldn't be doing that? Is that why I'm not allowed back at the PTA meetings? Okay, fine. I thought that Karen was just being a bitch. And she was like just jealous because her husband has a tiny pecker and I'm packing heat. So she was all like, hey, you're shaming my cuck husband and, you got to put that bad boy away. And I'm like, hold on, I'm almost done.
certainly,
and then I don't break eye contact. I don't break eye contact, and I'm like, okay, I'm done.
On an individual level, I make a point of treating everybody the same, and I know that the research indicates that leftists actually don't do that. They alter how they talk with black people. Let's say.
Yeah, I use the N-word way more when I'm with black people. They don't like it none, but, I go to the prison just to use the N-word, right? Because they're already in the cages and stuff, and they're like, and I'm like, nigga. There's nothing they can do. Yeah, those are fun days for me. Once a month, I go down to the prison, and I just shout slurs down the hallway and stuff like that, and, yeah, it's a good time. It's a good time for me, right? They're in prison and shit, so they can't do anything about it. But yeah, maybe I'll take you guys one day. Well, I'll take a big cult field trip down to the prison, and we could go shout at the monkeys.
Because ultimately they think that they have lower IQ, and they think that, and they talk down to them. Now, one of the things that happened to me when I was in America, which was quite interesting, I can't remember whether I mentioned this to you when you were on my show, but I was in Detroit, and I was interviewing all these various black people, and one of them actually commented that no white person. I asked him directly about things like race difference and intelligence and whatever, and he said to me that a white person had never talked to him like this before. I was like, what do you mean? And he's like, well, I'm just talking to him, directly, bluntly, normally white people they don't do that.
But I agree with you. I mean, you're being
patronised by them.
You're being critical of the patronising.
Do I patronize black people? No, not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. No, man. No, I don't. Because for me to patronize you, I would have to give a shit about you, and I don't. So I will say what I mean, you will get angry. Trust me, they get angry. But honestly, a lot of time they find it refreshing, and then they get angry. So, yeah.
Woke way of talking to different minorities, and I totally agree with you on that. I don't like this idea at all. I mean, I'm wary of sounding naive, because I don't have the empirical evidence in these things. So I am wary of that, but I don't like this idea at all. And I feel like it's something, if that is the case, I mean, really what you're saying is unconscious bias. The sort of woke unconscious bias is very real. And I just think, well...
Yeah, it absolutely is. A woke unconscious bias. There's no one more racist than like hardcore leftists. I'm from California, right? I grew up in California. I lived there my entire life, 30 years, something like that. They are the most racist people by a long shot. I'll use the N-bomb and stuff like that, no problem. And I'll do all that kind of shit but they'll say things like, oh, they're not able to make decisions for themselves because of their situation. They allude to them being too stupid to make a decision for themselves, to like get their own IDs, to actually make a life for themselves. And the way leftists patronize black people is, I mean, I could never be that offensive. And that is a compliment through and through, because I honestly I put effort into being offensive. I do, just because I'm a troll and whatever, I'm bored, let's roll. But the way they do it is like hurtful, right? Because it's like they're a nanny, right? And I'm like, bitch, because it's usually a woman, and she's usually very unattractive. You're stupid. I'm like, bitch, you're stupid. You're a stupid person. Why do you think you know better than that black guy? Because he is because he's black, right? He might be stupid too, don't get me wrong, right? But I've heard you speak, right? And there's no real opinions that haven't been, it's only catchphrases. It's only keywords and buzz phrases that you've heard from CNN. I know that for a fact because I've heard it from like 5 other NPCs around you, also pretty fucking ugly. Why do you think that you would have any bearing, your opinion would have any bearing on that man's life over there. Why do you think you're not as fucking stupid as that guy? Because you are. A lot of times worse. Like, honestly, worse, right? Like, a lot worse. Because not only are you fucking stupid, but you think you're smart. And that irks me, dude. That irks me. I think I'm stupid, right? The older I get, the dumber I get. I feel it. I feel that as I get older and I learn more and more about the world, I'm like, I didn't know shit. I still don't know shit, right? But then this fat 22-year-old, right, with the fucking cat eyes and the makeup and stuff like that. She got the glasses that are like librarian and stuff, and she stinks, right? And then she wants to school me about like the urban plight and stuff, and how minorities are held down by systematic oppression, and it's a patriarchal society, and there's a glass ceiling. Oh, this glass ceiling, it has me pinned. It's not your very low IQ. No, it is some sort of invisible barrier that no one else seems to deal with. Only you and your ilk. Wow. And you get to have opinions about that man's life. Not only that, you get to make decisions for that person. Fuck off. Fuck right off. Fuck right off, lady. God, I fucking hate those bitches. I really, really do. But not as much as I hate their 95-pound beta male orbiters that are just trying to get a crumb of pussy. Oh, just, I can't get it in myself. Just a little bit. Because you can't get nothing. Because you refuse to hit the gym? Because you refuse to have a set of nuts on you? Oh, no, it's because she's on birth control and is only attracted to betas anyway. Ha! Fucking hated those people. And they hated me just as much. Just as much. And I like to think because I made really good points. But they're probably just like, oh, he's just a bully. That's what they told Jess. When we started dating, I was a stand-up comedian, right? And I, you know, being a stand-up comedian in California, you're going to be in some very blue situations, right? So when me and Jess started dating, people are like, why are you with him? He's such a bully. I'm like, well, you're a faggot, right? And I nailed it because you definitely are gay. Yeah, well, I was getting laid. And not by some big fat well who likes Mumford and Sons and, you know, thinks she's better and just, oh, she hates Trump so much just because the TV told her so, and that's how she makes friends is through her shitty political opinions. Empty, useless people. Empty, useless people. Just a fucking bag of farts. That's what they are.
Maybe so, but I do believe we have biases.
People are adapted to be with people that are similar to themselves, yeah. And you can see, even as a foreigner in Finland, I'm aware of it.
Yeah, but that's not a different skin color or anything. That's different culture, different history.
Different culture, but there's a certain different look. They know I'm not one of them.
I see.
I've been in.
You look British as hell, dude. I mean, the ascot is not helping your case. The chin, how it kind of like pulls down. You look very British, bro. JD, you're British, but you don't look like this tool. This guy looks like a tool, but you look like a chimney sweep. There's certain forms of British person, and there's this guy, and then there's chimney sweep over here, and then there's a couple other. There's Gemma. There's Gemma, who thinks she's hot, but she's really just kind of fat. And then there's a good-looking British. There's some chicks in England. I know they have a reputation for being ugly women, but there are some smoking hot chicks in England. I mean, not a lot, Don't get me wrong, there's not a lot of them. And the ones that think they're hot are usually, the hotter they think they are, the uglier they are. That is a rule. That is a rule. But I've known plenty of chicks that were from like London, and they were gorgeous. Gorgeous girls. But I could say that about any country. But yeah. Let's see. What is the ugliest group of chicks? What's the ugliest? The ugliest. I met some really hot French chicks too. God, give me a second. Italians? Maybe Greek? I don't know. That's a tough one. I'll have to get back to you on that one. I don't think I met, I mean, not to say there aren't hot Italian chicks. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure there's some beautiful ones. It's just I haven't really met a ton of them. But not to say they don't exist.
I've been in cafes in Finland, in the areas where there's a Swedish minority. And I'm with other Finns, and the waitress speaks to them all, asks them what they want in Finnish, and then turns to me and asks in Swedish.
I see.
Strawberry says, yeah, they're the ones who think voter ID is racist because black people can't get ID. Yeah, I mean, that if you want to boil it down to its basis of terms, yeah. They think black people are incapable of doing certain things that a normal human should do, right? And California blacks are different from Florida blacks. Florida blacks are straight out the jungle blacks. They are black, right? They are black. California blacks are a little bit more, first of all, they're angry as fuck. Dude, California blacks are unhappy and they hate white people. They hate them with a passion. Not all of them. I met some cool ones, right? Of course, you know, but like a lot of them, you're like, dude, reel it in, okay? Reel that shit in. But Florida blacks are straight out of the Congo, dude. They are like, I mean, like swinging from trees and stuff. But the thing about Florida blacks is they are polite, right? They're polite. Because I think they killed off all the impolite ones. I think that's how, right? All the impolite ones, they became strange fruit. And yeah. So the ones that are left are actually lovely to be around. They're perfectly nice people. And, you know, they say sir and stuff like that. Not like I'm stepping on their backs or anything like that. They're opening doors for me. I'm like, get out of here, nigger. No, nothing like that. It's just they seem more cordial. They're not like California blacks. California blacks suck. Again, not all of them. There was a couple cool ones, but most of them sucked. Yeah, most of them sucked. Most of them sucked. But yeah, Florida blacks aren't like that. And Florida blacks really stick to their own. They stick in their own kind of groups, which I also appreciate. I don't like diversity in groups. I'm just going to go ahead and say that. I don't. It's weird. It's stupid. Why are you hanging out? But again, I was a comedian. There's lots of black dudes I went on stage with or like went after and stuff like that. A lot of them are funny. A lot of them aren't, dude. Some of them are cool and some of them are just like, shut the fuck up, dude. But yeah, the racism. I'm circling back to the racism of the left in California is overt. It is overt. And they don't realize how racist they're being. I feel like they feel like they're some sort of savior. They're mothering a weaker group of people. Leftism essentially comes from a feeling of inadequacy deep inside of themselves, right? They feel like they're not able to compete in the modern world. They're not able to protect themselves properly. They're not able to survive without this very strong group dynamic. And so they figure that they're just helping that along. They're helping building the group. This is why leftists often work at like Disney or Google or these large megacorps, which ironically they are like opposed to, right? They're opposed to corporate greed and stuff like that. But then you get a job at Disney. You're retarded, bro. You're a socialist and you drive a trolley at Disney. Stop being such a queer. They don't see it though. They don't see the irony. They don't see how stupid they look. Right? But I sure do. I sure do. And I wish I didn't. I wish I didn't, because then I just seethe. And I'm like, not seethe, but I'm like, oh my God, fucking, you're a grown ass man. You're a 35-year-old man, dude. You collect Funko Pops and you're like, you rave about shit you see on Reddit and stuff like that. And it's just like, dude, how? What happened? Why do you have no balls? Why do you have no balls? Why? Do you have zero testicles? I don't get it. How do you become like this? How do you get so weak? And it has to, I mean, it comes from a feeling of inadequacy. That's just it. That's just it. And so they have to assert their power over people, their group power over people. This is why it's very important for leftists to be it's very important for the left to win the popular vote. They have to win the popular vote. When Trump won the popular vote, Reddit lost its mind. You know why? Because a bunch of people on Reddit suddenly realized, oh, this might be an echo chamber. I thought I was on the side of the people. I thought I was a voice for the people. But it turns out that I was not on the most popular side. And so that rocks their world. That absolutely rocks their world. Because remember, they feel safe in the largest group, right? They're like zebras. They have to be in the group. So they just didn't know what to do. They all lost their shit. That's funny.
No, they're not. You can see.
Sure, but if had you been born in the country, you would adopt the same culture.
Hold on.
Then I think they would think I was.
Hold on. Ric Flair's hair for $2 says, "Sorry I'm late. Here's $20." Way to go, Rick.
Because of the nose.
Thank
Quite
you.
Possibly. I don't
Thanks,
know.
bro.
I certainly would like to think I don't feel less comfortable in areas of different ethnicities, but if you're talking about different ethnicities,
hey, Rick,
combined with socioeconomic factors and those kinds of things, maybe that does start. You know, if it's a really difficult one, I think. With cause and correlation to prove anything here, because often minorities.
JD says London is full to the brim with model level stunners. Even a bang average bird in London beats out most other women. Okay. Dude, not true. Dude, that's not true. I've been to London a few times, right? I've walked around. I've seen the chicks there. There are good looking ones. Don't get me wrong, right? But if you go to any city, you're going to see tons of hot chicks. You go to San Francisco, you go to LA, and trust me, the chicks in San Francisco and LA, on the whole, are ghastly, right? Fat. They've been like conditioned through like heavy liberal politics. They've punished their body with alcohol and like cat treats and shit. And they look awful. San Francisco specifically, but LA has its losers. Trust me. But London is not different from that, dude. There's plenty of hot chicks in London, don't get me wrong, but not most. Not most. And you saying that, I understand you're British and stuff like that, and you have to like, think of England and like die for the Queen and shit. But that ain't true. That ain't true. America has way hotter chicks than the entirety of England. That is undoubtedly the case. 100% undoubtedly the case. America, with its myriad of cities, has way more hot chicks than even Canada. Even Canada has way more hot chicks than London. But don't get me wrong, there are some pretty hot chicks in London, right? But not tons. Not tons. But there's a number of them. I don't get offended, dude. I mean, don't get offended. I mean, you really shouldn't get offended. It's the luck of the draw, right? And a lot of the chicks in London are fat, dude. I mean, they bitch about how Americans are so fat and stuff like that. And then, well, you guys are all fat. You guys are all fat. Like, look at you. You're all pudgy. Why I have 6-pack abs. Why are you saying Americans are all fat? You guys are all fat. What are you fucking talking about? I'll tell you what they're talking about. They're talking about what they saw on the news, right? Oh, those Americans, they're so fat. Yeah, well, it's because we have a bunch of blacks and Latinos that are throwing off the averages. Of course, by average, we're going to have a higher BMI specifically because we have blacks and Latinos. However, amongst the white population, people in Britain, people in Australia tend to be way fatter. You know, it's just, but according to what I've seen, right? I know people that have come over from like Germany to America and they're all like, where are all the fat people? I assumed everyone would be fat. No, that's the TV lying to you, you stupid kraut. Yeah, dude. TV lies to you. It lies to all of us, man. It's just a liar. That box in the corner of your house fucking lies to you all day and all night. Don't listen to it. It's not true. The shit they're telling you is not true. On both sides of the spectrum, by the way. The left and the right. Complete horse shit is coming out of that box. Right? Not just the box, but your phone as well. Don't believe any of that shit. Don't believe the conservative arguments. Don't believe the liberal arguments. They're both fucking lying. They're lying.
You know, they often are from lower socioeconomic backgrounds where there is more crime.
But no, but you can deal with that by just looking at brain scans and how people deal with photographs of
Ric Flair's hair for $2 says, every single time, John. I think I get a $2 dono from Rick every stream that says every single time, John. He hasn't been wrong yet.
Just random
yes.
Strangers of different ethnic groups.
Well, yeah, but they might feel that way because of how they've been made to feel based on their history.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have some criminality with regard to, let's say, Jewish people or East Asians. There wouldn't be that association there. That it triggers the same sort of thing. So I think that it is something that it's built into us and it's quite natural.
Wow. East Asians, I mean, like, if I'm in a room with a bunch of Koreans or Japanese, I don't feel like weird. I'm like, why are there so many fucking Japanese people in here? Oh, because I'm at UC Berkeley? Oh, okay. Well, I should get out of here. I should get out of here because I don't want to be in the UC system at all. Because UC Davis, UC Berkeley, UC whatever, they're all just leftist training grounds. And I don't want to be there at all. They're not going to like my opinions. My original thought of opinions. They hate originality. They really, really, really do. They hate originality. And more than that, they hate individuality. They hate that more than anything because it's a threat to them. And I'm not like them. I'm not like them, and it makes them mad. It scares them. That's what it does. It scares them.
In any organism, to select for those that are. I'm not saying natural is good. I'm just saying it's it's the way it is. Whether it's a moral question is not really of interest to me.
No,
I'm interested in what is the case.
I appreciate that about you. I think that I appreciate that about you, and you're not interested in the moral. You're interested in what is the case. And I think that's
JD says I'm loyal/biased, which is perfectly. It's not only acceptable; it's expected. I expect you to be. I expect you to have national pride. I expect you to have racial pride, regardless of whatever race that is. I expect you to be a representative of your clan, okay? Your people. See, I got in a fight with Mexicans earlier tonight on Twitter. I'm like, why the fuck do you guys want to be in America so bad when we're pissed off that you're here, but you don't want to go back to Mexico and help out there? You say you have a business here and you're doing great, but you don't want to go back to Mexico and help out the Mexicans, even though you are a Mexican? Why the fuck not? Why? You don't have any pride in your people or your culture or your family or your country or anything like that? Oh, why is that? Why? Right? You just get fat off American benefit programs and shit like that? No, fuck off. Go. Leave. Just leave, dude. I don't have a problem with Mexicans. I mean, like, they're not my favorite people in the world, but, like, I don't, in general, have a problem with Mexico or Mexicans, but you not wanting to be around you makes me angry, right? Why would you not want to be around people like yourself? That is a red flag, right? Because that means you think you're a piece of shit. You think you're such a piece of shit. You don't want to hang out with people that are like you. So go. Fuck off. Right? I don't want to hang out with you. Right? You don't want to hang out with people that are like you. I don't want to hang out with people that are like you. So fuck right off. Am I being a bigot? Am I being so racist? Good. I'm totally racist. And I'm not even like a blue-eyed, blonde-haired son of a bitch. Right? Oddly enough, my sons are. But it's, you know, genes are weird. Genes are funny. Why would I want to hang out with you? You don't want to hang out with your own people. Why would I want to hang out with you? Fuck off. Go. Right? I don't even care. Like, even other white people, I'm like, why are you say you're Australian or something like that, or English. I don't have a problem with the Australians or English or anything like that. Well, there's problems, but not like real problems. But if you're like, I want to live in America and I don't want to go back to England, I'd be like, yeah, you're going back. You're going fucking back. We should send Elon Musk back. Go back to South Africa, dude. You're not from here. All right? Go. Go back. You can help America from South Africa. You honestly can. And you can visit. You can visit all the time. You don't have to fucking live here. I'll give Elon Musk kind of a pass simply because ever since South Africa was taken over by Mandela or whatever, it's turned into just another West African shithole. So he's more of a refugee than the Mexicans that are not experiencing any sort of war, right? Or the Hispanics. I'll say the Hispanics. Because when I'm referring to Hispanics, I'm talking about the indigenous Hispanics, not the white Mexicans, right? There's a difference. Because the white Mexicans in Mexico, they don't like the Indians. They're not big fans of them. Shocking. Shocking, right? Yeah. But yeah, I'd be like, go home. Go home. This is not your home. Go home. Elon Musk doesn't have a home anymore. He is actually an actual refugee. He cannot launch rockets from South Africa. That's not possible.
That is interesting.
So at a one-on-one level, I don't see why anybody would have any trouble interacting with people of different races. I mean, why on earth would you? And I don't understand those. For example...
Well, it's very difficult to talk to them. They don't talk very well. They don't... there's a lot of reasons. What the fuck are you talking about?
I've had on my show a friend of mine, Lipton Matthews. He's a Jamaican researcher, and a number of people have objected to this. They objected to me having an intelligent guy on my show to talk about whatever we were talking.
You know what I hate the most is like when the left parades out like a black family, but that black family is very clearly genetically heavily white, right? There's lots of white in their blood, like Halle Berry, right? She's half Polish, right? There's a lot of white in their blood, but also they act like white people. They have jobs, they're a nuclear family, they have kids and stuff like that. They're like, you know, members of their community and stuff like, and then they point at them and they're like, look, this is just how they are. This is how Muhammad, these are how all the Muhammads act, right? This is just, and why would you want to push these people back to their shithole country? What, their shithole fucking bomb to rubble country? Why would you? He's just a nice guy. Look, oh, he's a doctor. Look, yeah, they're all like this. Fucking lying. You're liars. You're liars. I have eyes. You don't think I have fucking eyes? You don't think I see the shit that goes on all day, every day? People getting stabbed on playgrounds and shit. It's not doctor work, right? He's not practicing to be a surgeon. I'm sick of the agenda. I'm sick of the lies, you know? I'm tired of it. I'm fucking tired of it. I just am.
Just because he was black.
This is a concern.
And I found this incomprehensible. And similarly, I had an intelligent person on my show to talk about whatever it was to do with politics who happened to be transsexual. And I found it incomprehensible the reaction of some people, which was that, what's the matter with you?
They're gross. I think they're gross, and I don't think they're gross. They're sick individuals. They're sick in the head, and I'm not going to pretend that they're not. They are not to be around children. They are not to be around polite society. They are sick. They need to be in a hospital. And don't ever, ever, ever come to me and be like, why are you being such a bigot? Because I'm going to punch you, right? Yeah, I'm a bigot. I'm a bigot. I'm a bigot. I'm a bigot. Call me a bigot. Call me a racist. Do it as much until you're fucking blue in the face. Because I don't give a shit. I don't want those troons around my kids. That's it. You can sing to the fucking cows come home how I'm a terrible, nasty, awful person. As long as my kid doesn't get butt fucked by some psychopath in the ladies' room, then I'm happy. You know? Fuck off.
How can you have this pervert on this troon?
Pervert!
I've had the same thing when I've gone on, say, Tim Paul's podcast, where just the whole comments were Jew, he's a Jew, and all of that.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah, I've had many Jewish people on my...
Well, I am so sorry, but Tim Pool, you have been flipped, my friend. You are deeply in the pocket of Israel, 100%. And for you to say anything otherwise is just a bald-faced lie. You get it? Because he's fucking bald. That's why he doesn't take off that cap. You're a liar, Tim Pool. You fucking sold out as hard as any motherfucker has ever sold out in their life. And not even to, like, your shit sucked beforehand anyway. But like now it is embarrassing for you, right? I'm glad you have a skate park at your house, right? Because you're a fucking douche, right? And your numbers are tanking because no one wants to listen to your lying, bald fucking bullshit anymore. Oh, fuck you, Tim Pool. Fuck you, dude.
A podcast. And the same thing about why.
But what does that say? And I don't mean to sort of make you guilty by association, because I find that a terrible thing to do. But does it give you pause, considering that a lot of your
my
audience...
wife says this kind of thing to me. She says that you're your research is sort of helping, backing up the prejudices of racists.
I bet your wife's a dog too, a dog.
And I thought, but I don't care. It's. I'm looking for what's empirically accurate.
Well, that's against the law. That is against the law. Empirical evidence is against the law, unless it fits the narrative, of course. But otherwise, then no, it is against the law. And for them making like laws against anti-Semitism and stuff like that, I mean, how is that not like a huge red flag? How is that not like, hey, you know that saying, like, if you want to know who rules over you, find out who you can't criticize, and then you can't make anti-Semitic jokes. You're not even like pretending to hide it, are you? You're not. Not even pretending to hide it. Not even fucking pretending to hide it.
A lot of it, indeed, indicates that woke dogmas and everything to do with it, environmental determinism, historical determinism, whatever, is wrong. It's a dogma, it's not scientific, it's anti-scientific, and it's wrong. But some of my research comes to conclusions that people that are right-wing don't like. And
because the right wing is heavily co-opted by the same party that controls the left wing. Let's not act like they're completely individualistic and they arrived at their opinions, apart from each other. No, it's just they're both controlled deeply by the deep state, and it doesn't matter who you vote for. It does not. You vote for Trump, you vote for Kamala, it doesn't matter, right? Maybe one's going to be a little bit better than the other, but in the end, you're still just controlled. So it doesn't fucking matter, right? If you arrive at conclusions that piss off conservatives, good, right? Because I'm sure you're arriving at plenty of conclusions that piss off liberals. Don't listen to them. Don't fucking listen to them. A lot of there's like a class of boomer conservative that is just like the most brainwashed person that I have not ever met, because I met a lot of like California liberals that are just like out of their minds. But the boomer conservatives are just as bad. The do anything for Israel 65-year-old boomer is so cringy. So cringy. And then they share their memes on Facebook and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh man, dude, you're the same person. You're the same person as that 18-year-old fat chick who hangs out with like the ugly girls. You have the same political beliefs. Do you know that? You have the same political beliefs. They're just a different flavor. You're the same fucking person. This is why I'm like, there's no way most people are like inhabited. You know what I mean? Most people are NPCs. They have to be. Right? Left or right, it doesn't matter. You guys are still being puppeted by the same people. There's no way. I mean, I know other people have talked about this. I know other people have talked about this. What are you going to do, though? What are you going to do? Just feel helpless? Just like, God, how do you explain to people how fucking stupid they are? You can't. You can't, because they're stupid. They're just maybe not even stupid. Because you can be smart. You can be a smart person. You could be a smart, thoughtful, engaged human being and still be wrong. You know, it happens a lot, all the time. Deeply held beliefs can come into conflict with new information, right? And then you develop this cognitive dissonance where, you have information that conflicts with your current ideas and then you just disregard it. Both sides. This is not a political thing. This is a human thing. Humans in groups are fucking stupid. They just are.
That, I think, shows the fact that I published that research rather than suppress it.
Yeah.
Shows that I am intellectually honest. So if people got very upset with me.
Onia says 80% of people being NPCs is a vid Dutton did. Very interesting data. Send me the link on that. Send me the link on X, because I'm going to close this out. But I mean, that makes sense to me, doesn't it? Doesn't that make sense to you? 80%? 80% of people just like are soulless husks that are just left to fill out what we're dealing with. Who they are, I have no idea. I don't know. I don't know how to develop a test. I don't know if you could develop a test. But I'm willing to give it a shot. You know, I'm willing to give it a shot. Hold on. What happened? Hold on. Why is this not working? There we go. Thanks for coming, guys. Thanks for being part of the crew and listening to whatever I have to say about nonsense and bullshit and stuff that's probably going to come back and haunt me and be like, why did you say this? And I'll be like, well, I said that because I didn't give a shit that I was saying it, and that's what I said. So somebody needs to defend me. You guys have to take a bullet for me, right? You guys would take a bullet for me, every one of you, right? There's 27 people in the chat. Every single one of you I would expect to take a bullet for me. Hit the like button, you guys. Thanks for coming. I hope you guys have a great night. Stay strong. Stay vigilant. Don't let people trick you. I know that's hard because you know who's tricking who. It doesn't really matter. Come back. I'll tell you who to believe and who not to believe. I will guide you through this mess of a world that we have. And I will do my best. And I think we're going to do okay, guys. I think we're going to do okay. I'll be on Daywave tomorrow. Right back here on the Sulk stream at 8 p.m. tomorrow night. So come back, join me, bring your friends, be cool. Until then, guys, drink some water. You know, get some rest, get a good night's sleep, and take care of yourselves, because I honestly care about you too. I love you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good night.
I'm an incredible soul, unhinged and enraged like a bulldog's fierce growl. I'm spitting fire, burning through these trees, questioning the world, unraveling conspiracies. Talking about Bigfoot, but I guess monster too. Government lies.